Hey, hello everybody, cyberstalking. So I wanted to come on and speak on cyberstalking, okay? Because it seems to be the most efficient way to access a person's life. And while, it can be hard to provide, excuse me, not to provide, but to prove, it's not impossible to prove, okay? One way to free yourself from cyber stalkers is to report the businesses that provide these tracking tools. You want to be reporting them. Every time you come across one, you want to report them and the damaging effects that they could possibly have on your life or someone you knows or just other people. Reporting maybe just as a concerned citizen. Okay, and you will report that to the Better Business Bureau and your local congressman. You make them aware of these agencies. Okay, just to illustrate a few, Hackalo. And Hackalo is a boastful website. They provide a GUI software, and I think it's GUI or whatever. You can go to the website, Hackalo. Um, they claim that their software works so well that within minutes of putting someone's phone number into their software, you'll have that person's location. So just in seconds, like say you just walked out your door and you walked over to the elevator. Well, this person will know where you are in your building more than likely, or that you're about to come out your home or your apartment, your condo, whatever it is. And you get in your car, they know you're in your car. When you pull off in your car, they know that you're driving. When you stop someplace, they know where you are. Okay, just like what's that, low jack and all of that nonsense, just like that. Um, they also provide updates and upgrades. Okay, just like regular software that you would purchase and you would get your free upgrades. Well, these companies offer updates to their clients. Okay, because of course it's extremely necessary to provide a stalker with enhanced resources. That's very necessary to do that. Okay, and it's so. It's just mind-boggling to me that they they even say on their website that if all their shenanigans don't work, they actually reference another website for you to go to, masterlocate.com. Okay, if all their methods fail, they send you to masterlocate.com. Isn't that something? Okay, and I want to tell you guys that because these tracking tools and apps are so profitable, they bring in so much revenue. These organizations simply cut checks, to the right people. We know who they are, and it's just business as usual. It doesn't matter that somebody could potentially be stalked and killed. It doesn't matter that somebody might be kidnapped. Using this and pushed into sex trafficking or organ harvested. None of that matters. All that matters is that they get a check and these businesses must continue. So my solution to that is time for us, the people, to put pressure on the government. And what we want them to explain to us is why people who are unaffiliated with the FBI, the CIA, and other government branches, why do they need access to these apps and software that they ultimately end up using to stalk someone, to track someone, to harass somebody's every movement? This happens to people who break up with people. This happens to people who people just get interested and obsessed with. It happens to people, for instance, like here on YouTube, a lot of the bigger channels, they all, profess that they've been stalked in some kind of way. And I'm very interested in what they're doing about it, because we know that these stalkers are right here on YouTube with us every single day. They're in your emails, they're on your phone. This is one reason I'm not inspired to do live shows on YouTube, because I see how so many other YouTubers are trolled and stalked and nobody does anything about it. Nobody sticks together as a group to try to get rid of these trolls and these stalkers. Nobody does anything to defend these people. So you're just kind of out here on your own with that mess. So that's another reason why I would never do like live shows and invest all of that money into it, because I don't need that kind of stalking. I already get stalked in my own little way, and I don't need that. I definitely don't need that. Okay, so that's what we want. We want answers, and I need you guys who've been stalked, and people who maybe you haven't been stalked, but you know about these situations, and you don't appreciate hackers and stalkers and people potentially tracking you. Call your congressman. Call the Better Business Bureau. Any agency that you can report these people to, do it. I've given you two, Hackerlow and Master Locate, but there are thousands of them out there. And every time you come across one, you should report them, because that could be your teenage daughter or your teenage son being tracked and stalked by an ex-boyfriend or just some weirdo person who's infatuated with them. You know, people also on YouTube, for instance, right? People will stalk you on here because they get mad at something you say. So if you say something about somebody, they could potentially become a stalker. You know, because nobody can take anybody saying something about them on here. It's just crazy. Okay. So on YouTube, if your cyber stalker decides to hack your social media, screenshot any alterations that they make to your images. Okay, if you notice that your images are different than when you posted them originally, then what you want to do is screenshot it. Okay, you screenshot it and then you revert back to original. And I'm speaking to YouTubers, because I've noticed that, you know, sometimes my thumbnails look a little bit different, and I'll go back and I'll revert to original, and then it looks like the original post. Okay, because that could be just like a form of sabotage or whatever, who knows. But they shouldn't have access to my YouTube account. All right, they shouldn't be able to do anything to any video that I put up or write in your description box or anything like that. And these are the things that people do. You know what I'm saying? They also, you know, like I said again, so, you know, screenshot, and you want to put those screenshots in a zip file. If you don't know how to create a zip file, there are tutorials on YouTube that explain how to create a zip file. But I think we all, you know, especially YouTubers and people on here, you pretty much know how to create a zip file. It's a simple thing. Okay, also, if you're flooded with emails, screenshot. Only the emails that, you know, come from the Cyberstalker. Okay? And you want to do this because you want to show a pattern. Is it every Monday they're flooding you? Is it every Tuesday? Is it every single day that they're flooding you? You want to always try to create some type of pattern. This is how you bust these freaks out. You have to create a pattern. Okay? Hey, and you know, worst case scenario, guys, and this is kind of sad but true, because we know if it has happened to people before. There'll come a time where these stalkers, they'll get bold, and they will locate your residence, and they will show up around your residence, and what they'll do is, like, they'll sit in their cars and just try to observe you in your community to see what stores you go in, where you go, who you be with, you know, where what places you like to go and party and stuff like that. And this is how a lot of people get trapped off, you know, and you just get surprised. You out at a club and somebody you least suspect just jump out and do something to you or whatever. So my advice to you with that is be ready. If you are being cyber stalked, be ready. Prepare your mind. Always be ready. You understand? And that's like pretty much all I could say legally. But you know, illustrate, how can I say? Illustrate to that person that if they do come into contact with you, your cyber stalker, that you are willing to do everything that you can do under the law to defend your life. And you have that right. You have the right to defend your life. And you have the right to use as much force as used against you. Okay? That is the law. All right? So don't let anybody tell you can't do anything. Just be ready. Whatever being ready means to you, do that. Be vigilant, screenshot, report these apps and these websites that allow people to track. Because if you're not a government official, you don't have no business tracking and stalking anyone. And it's high time that we stood up to this, because I know a lot of people are tracked and stalked, and I it's unwanted. Who wants somebody that you don't even know really, you know, from cyber stalking? Excuse me, I'm getting a little upset. Let me calm down. Bring it in. Okay, so nobody wants to be stalked by somebody you don't even know because you made a YouTube video, or because you made a Facebook posting, or because you tweeted something. Nobody wants to be stalked for that and followed around and all of that. You're going to go through you're going to take the initiative to find somebody and then get out. You know, get out and approach them. Don't be following them around and doing all this crazy weirdo stuff that people be doing. It's insane. Okay, got me stuttering on here. Stuttering John. But yeah, guys, that's what, you know, I tried to give you some information on the cyber stalking. I always try to help the best way that I can, and that's my always my goal. Okay, I'm Ray Ray. I like to bring awareness through conversation in hopes that it sparks change. Be safe out there.